And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with Tom Vasel.
Hey folks, I'm Tom Vasel, and man, Blue Orange has been killing it with kids games lately. Dr. Eureka and the Gelato game, and they've just been really making some fun games. So this is another one in that same series, Dr. Beaker. And even it says from the makers of Dr. Eureka, because Dr. Eureka was such a great game in which you took balls and test tubes and you poured them into each other trying to get different things, but also the dexterity game of pouring the balls in. This one you have a beaker and you're stirring up the beaker, and the box says shake it, stir it, solve it. Here's how it plays. Each player is given a beaker, so the beaker comes with a device that's inside it that really can't come out because of the way the beaker is shaped. It also comes with a pile of these balls here, and players are then going to be given a stirring rod, which has a thin end and a thick end. And you're going to be using this to manipulate this. The way this works is you can stick it in here and you can spin it, and you can also move balls into the middle area or out of the middle area. So for each round, you'll flip over a card, and this card is going to show you how you need to have the balls in the different areas. Now, you're not allowed to try to just move the balls up here. They have to go into the middle area. So I'm like, all right, well, let's see. I need an orange next to this one. Okay. So I got the orange, yellow, orange. Now I need the yellow over here. I need to switch the yellow into pink. All right, so then I'm going to move the pink here and the yellow here. The yellow goes back over here. The pink goes back over here, and I am done. And I shout Eureka because I've finished the puzzle. Now, as I finish that puzzle, the first person to do so is going to get a certain number of cards. So if it's a 4-player game, I get 3 cards. The second person, 2 cards. The next person, 1 card. Not every puzzle is going to look like that. Sometimes you have to get the things in the inside. Well, this one looks pretty easy. I can spin this around here. I need to get that pink in that position, that pink in that position, but I don't have the other ones in position. However, I can move these around like this. Let's get a yellow in here. And I need the yellows next to each other. So actually, I need to put an orange in there, an orange back there, and a yellow here. And then that yellow goes there. And that orange just needs to go in a different spot. So I put that one there. And then like that. Put these in position. And I believe I've got it. Nope, almost. There we go. And that's how you do it. So players are just going to continue to do this and try to get them. You can also play 10 points, by the way, is how you win the game, depending on how many cards you get to point. You can also play a team variation where one person looks at the card. So I might be looking at the card and telling the person who's doing it what to do. So I might be, all right, you need to rotate the outside and push it. They can't see the card, and I can't touch it, and you work together as a team. That's the game. Okay, before we go any farther, I wanted to be clear that I like Dr. Beaker. I think it's a fun game, and I think it's a game that kids are going to enjoy. However, I want to say a few negative things about it. First of all, I think that the game is mostly geared towards older kids. It says here 8+, but that's a pretty hard cut there. And the reason I said it is because while the other one had the fun of switching back and forth the balls, Dr. Eureka, this one you are simply stirring. This one is essentially a fast logic problem. I need to move this here, and I just do it by spinning it. And the fact is, spinning this is not easy for little kids to do, and it's also not fun. Pouring the ball from beaker to beaker was fun. Spinning this is not fun. You can't shake it. You're just using the stir and stirring it. And anyone who's ever been asked by their parents to stir something for 10 minutes knows that stirring isn't nearly as fun as other activities. The components are fantastic. The beakers are great. The balls are wonderful. The cards, everything is a bright, colorful. It's cheerful, looks good, and the game is fun. I just feel that it lacks the charm of Dr. Eureka, because Dr. Eureka was like, ooh, how do you put the balls back and forth? It's the dexterity mixed with logic. This one is only logic because you can't like flick the balls or anything. You move them in, you move them out. Now obviously being able to do it faster is helpful. And to be clear, these are not difficult logic problems. It's move the pink one here, but they are not easy. They almost feel like a chore sometimes. I have to move the pink one here and the yellow one here, and then move the pink one back over there and the yellow one back over there. It's not as quick and simple. So this one is for older kids. I still think they're gonna like it, mix it together. Just that if this one and Dr. Eureka are on the shelf, I'm getting Dr. Eureka every time. But maybe you already have that one and you want something else, or maybe you like the logic puzzles of Dr. Eureka and you want more of that, then that's fantastic. Dr. Beaker is going to be something that you really enjoy. Again, stands up to a lot of wear and tear because these have gone through it. Certainly one that you'll want to check out likely, Dr. Beaker. Although I still don't understand why it says shake it, stir it, solve it. Because you stir it and solve it, but there ain't no shaking going on. Dice Tower Judgment approved!
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com. You can also find other great shows at Dicetowernetwork.com. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower. The Dice Tower is sponsored by Cool Stuff Inc., where you can find great games for great prices. Cool stuff in stock. Check them out at CoolStuffInc.com.
Shut the door!